my orientation makes me likely to be the one starting an argument.
When the Reverend told him to kiss the bride, you know, if you can watch that clip, you'll know this guy was waiting for that time.
She's saying her so that we don't start an argument even here.
Sure. I love you.
I love you.
My name is Betty Chepchirchir. I'm currently a student nurse at Seghete Nursing School, and we met in 2015 just as workmates. By then I was working, and then it took a year before we said we want to get into a relationship, before he said the story. And then after that, just 1 year down the line, we got married. We've been married for 5 years, 3 months.
Yeah, how did we meet? Yeah, it was, my name is Isaac Kipkemei, and Kenge is my other name that is most known. I am an hospitality professional and I work in Seghete Hospital. We met, yeah, we were going to a global leadership summit that is normally an annual event sponsored, and the venue is always Sitam Valley Road, and we were workmates but in different campuses. She was in our Naivasha clinic, I was in the main clinic, and you know, when we were coming back, she was seated at the back of the bus, and I was part of the leadership of the hospital, so I used to sit in the front, and I walked back in the bus, and we started engaging, and something she's never admitted that she did is when she gave me her number, and that was the beginning of the long story. She has never admitted that she gave me her number.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I can't say yes.
Walking from the front of the bus to the back was a move of boldness. She wasn't alone, she was with another crew, and you know, you're part of the hospital leadership, you need to behave with some level of decorum. There is suspicion between a staff who is not in management and definitely a staff who is in management. So there is that, you know, but yeah, she treated me with a lot of suspicion, but I thank God. What attracted me to you? I think I used to go to our Naivasha campus to do some work, and once in a while we could meet in the corridor. Yeah, and I don't know, chemistry worked. And then, you know, after chemistry is biology. And here we are.
People say Kalenjin men are not romantic, but now I can prove them wrong. Yeah, he's really romantic. Anytime he walks into the house, he can come with a flower. He has planted a lot of flowers around our compound, and so he comes in with a flower and he tells me to close my eyes, and then he surprises me. The next thing I'm seeing, it's that flower that I was watering yesterday. So like, he does it. So the entrance surprise, at first I was shocked. I didn't imagine. Kumbe he knew. I didn't know that, but he knew and he didn't tell me. We will talk that later. Yeah, but I really enjoyed that part where the crew stood and just making us have that moment, looking at him directly to the eyes and asking him questions. Did you know this? And he was denying. Now he has told me he knew. So that surprise was a nice one for me. Yeah. So I give back. Yeah, in most cases for me, what I love most is making sure that it looks neat, wholesome. So anytime I get a chance to get out of the house and go for shopping, I'll get him something. Yeah, not every day, but once in a while.
There are very many gifts that this lady has bought me, and I sometimes cannot, big things, small things, but the meaning behind those things is what is important. And there are things I use, but there's a shirt she bought me. I've never told her I like it often. But this shirt, I love it. And then, so I always insist on putting it on until she's telling me, but hiyo ni Kenya uniform. Imekuwa kama Kenya uniform. I'm like, she doesn't know how much it means to me. Yeah, so she does very many things. But the fact that, I look at the photos before we got married and now, and I don't want to admit that I have changed my dressing. I come from that part of Kenya where you don't want to look like. There is that feeling like, as she said, Kalenjin men. Yeah, so you don't want to look surprised. You want to remain solid. But deep down in your heart, you're feeling warm, you're feeling loved, you're feeling special. I think that is what she does. Yeah, she's an amazing woman.
For sure, if I would speak the truth about our courtship, we didn't even court. I think we were preparing for marriage. Like we were preparing for that. So during our courtship, that 1 year, we used to pray. Like we used to have that time. I think we've tried, we worked hard to make sure that we stand in the Word of God when it comes to this relationship. And therefore, during that 1 year, we used to pray. In fact, anytime we called at night, we would make sure that before we end our calls, we end with a word of prayer of marriage. Like we didn't have all these other things that people do, and I'm sure he was ready to marry and I was ready to get married. That is what I'm very sure about. So that is our 1 year journey, and in between the months, that is when we decided to do the pre-wedding. For us, we call it pre-wedding. I know in other cultures they don't call it that way, but it is always a cultural, something like a wedding, for a traditional wedding. And for Kalenjins, it's almost like a wedding. The only thing that is different is that we don't make vows during that time. So in between the months, we decided to do it. So I can't talk about courtship a lot. All I know is that we were preparing for marriage. That is it.
How I knew that this is the lady I need to marry. First, when I spoke to her, I had my 1, 2, 3 points. And if she didn't meet one, then I consider that affair a non-starter. So the first thing I did was to ask her, is age a factor in the kind of man you're looking for? Then she said no. Then that was a very important marker. Then I asked her, okay, is location in terms of where you come from and where he comes from an issue? Then she said no. And that was another important marker for me. And the last one is, if you had to get married today, do you think you are ready? And she said, yes. My 3 markers were done. Now I knew it's game. I ventured into it awesome. And I think this is when you go into a fishing experience, and on your first instance, you hit a jackpot. For me, I think this was a jackpot. And when I spoke to my close associates, those people that I thought I trust, and they gave me a score. I prayed about it, and then she broke my phone remotely. She called me, and then I have a big dog, so she wanted us to pray and do things. Then I'm trying to tame my dog from running, and I'm trying to talk to her. Bado ako na deni because hajalipa simu yangu. Yeah, but beautifully, yes. I think ours is a very interesting story because ideally people say you court for long to understand your partner. I think understanding is a journey. Marriage is a process. You will not get to a relationship and instantly think 3 years is enough to understand your partner, 4 years, no. I think that can be an impediment, but yes, I think for us it was short, and 5 years later, it's a beautiful story.
Our age difference is 8 years. Yeah, for sure. I didn't tell him I wanted. Maybe I didn't have a age category, but I think there was an age maybe I wouldn't get into. Obviously, like someone who was older than me, more than 20 years, I couldn't try that one. Yeah, of course. So our difference is 8 years.
I said we work in a hospital, and we had friends. We had friends, I think, who were so close to us. And the first couple has since moved to the US. They're called the Cahoras. And then we had our best couple, Benjamin and his wife. We thought these guys are cool, and we used to look forward to. I think we would be happy. Yeah, of course, we were not in sync in terms of who is the model couple, because she was in a different center. I was in a different center. I'd served probably longer and knew more people, and probably better placed because I was high in the rank. But when we came and we interacted with those people, I think she approved, and we were happy. And today, we are awesome. The church minister who officiated our wedding is also a very, very special friend, and is a person and a family person we look up to in many situations.
Yeah, I think he's right. We didn't know, we didn't have friends who maybe were common to us. So at some point maybe I would ask him, because like that mind of is the head. Now that we were thinking about getting married, I had picked him as the head, officiated that by myself. So I used to know that if he chooses someone, or if he chooses a couple, then he has something that he has seen in that couple that maybe will help us like grow. And down the line again, we've had to move on with people, to get people who maybe we want to grow and be like them. Just as he's talking about the reverend who officiated our wedding. And for sure, I think every day we talk with them, and we really want them to guide us, because they have been there for more than 21 years. And now we are getting along with them in trying to do things, in the way that maybe we try to emulate what they are doing. So this guy, when he's sick, I think we quarrel in that house, because anytime I tell him, no, you don't have to do this, you don't have to do that, I can do it.
She's just a special jewel.
your mornings with Blue Band Spread for Bread. Spread. 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 Blue Band Spread for Bread. Great taste, great nutrition.
Oof, Dave. You've been waiting for 2 hours now. This line is not going down. Let's speed things up. See that barrier? Tiptoe, tiptoe. Go, go, go. Yes.
Ding bang ding, ding ding dong, bum bum bum, ding bang ding, bum bum.
Here's the secret to tasty meals every day. Salit, a triple refined vegetable oil for fresh, crispy food. Salit oil is cholesterol free. Salit, siri ndio hiyo.
Mortin Doom, with its trusted formulation. It provides protection in seconds. So spread the Mortin Doom message of how we, you and I, can fight to end malaria. Mortin Doom, Kenya's #1 choice.
Step by step, every day, practice only.
A mom knows the importance of a good habit, like a nutritious and tasty breakfast with Blue Band every day. Filled with omega-3 and 6 and the energy she needs.
Every day is a chance to show.
Breakfast with Blue Band. Grow their success day by day.
Make me happy when skies are gray. Please don't take my sunshine away.
With Glovo you have the city in your hands. Unatamani chakula different? Order Glovo ujaribu restaurant mpya. Diapers zimeisha? Order Glovo and save the day. Download the app and order anything you want.
This guy, when he's sick,
Oh my goodness.
I think we
my
quarrel in that house because anytime I tell him, no, you don't have to do this, you don't have to do that, I can do it. But now, on his part, he's thinking he wants to help me. And for sure, I'm helping him because he's sick. But that is one part. When he's sick, he's stubborn. Yeah, I would say that. When he's sick, he's stubborn because, yeah, right, like you try to tell him, you need to do this so that you get well. Now that I'm a nursing student, I try to imagine that I'm a doctor for this family. But now, for him, he cannot get what I think. Yeah, so, and he knows. I have told him many times.
I love this lady. I really like everything about her. She's just a special jewel now. But she has very specific attributes that I think I really like. One, I think, first, she wants what she wants. It can be a strength and a weakness. But if you understand it, you can actually harness it for a strength. Ordinarily, you'd say, hey, she's overreaching, she's overacting. But I think that is a really good strength because it helps even in the upbringing of the babies. And I think that is one trait I like. And she's really, really committed, hardworking. Yeah, I think I like that. But one thing I don't like is that sometimes she withholds her pain. When she has something really disturbing her, she feels like if she tells me, she transfers that problem and we become both a problem. So that is one thing that she does. Oh my goodness.
That part of proposal.
Oh my goodness. All right, say it.
You want me to say it? Okay. So there is this time when he has a cousin who, by then I was living in Naivasha when he decided to propose. So he has a cousin who is in Naivasha. So he comes and he tells me that we are supposed to visit a cousin that lives around the place that I used to live by then. And when we went, reaching that house, there are many people, the cousins. And now I'm wondering, we were just visiting. I didn't expect like we love. Okay, I'm this person who suspects things. I just get a click on my mind and I wonder, Mkale, my friend, a Kalenjin man wants to propose. That is what came into my mind. And for sure, that was it.
You know, we don't kneel, Kales and our superiority complexes, you know. Kneeling sometimes doesn't feel nice. You want to be always on top of things. And these proposal things, sometimes I even wonder whether I really did it. But when, as she said, when we visited my cousin, there was the sister to my mom, actually 3 of them and 2 of my uncles. And she didn't know. So she walks in and they have fun, they laugh. Then when everybody goes, they ask me, oh, so who's that? You know, I tell them, but you've seen. So I don't need to answer. You know, yeah, you've seen, I wanted you to see. And here she is.
Our wedding was great. From the beginning of things, at first we didn't think that day was going to be a big one. Our expectation was we were going to have few people and everything would be something small. But for sure, at the end of the day, we could sit and think and see what had happened. We had a good number of people. And it was a nice one. I enjoyed myself and I think him too, because when we look at the photos and the clip, the only thing we can see is the teeth. Unajua tumebarikiwa na meno. Yeah, so it was really a perfect one. We had people coming in, supporting us, and the 2 of us had fun. I think from the word go, we told us ourselves, whatever will happen, it's our day. So we need to enjoy it, dance, eat, and do whatever we are supposed to do during that day, because it is a one-day activity that may not come the same way. Even if we were to do it again, maybe it won't be the same, because right now we are parents. So I think a lot of things will have to change. So by then we used to think, this is that one day that we are supposed to have fun and enjoy everything. And for sure, we did it.
Our wedding planning was awesome. I think it was that moment when WhatsApp had just started. I'd been in many wedding planning sessions for friends. And this time it was my own. And so I had a figure, an impression of what I thought I wanted. I'm an OCD, really I want my things the way I want them also. So there are things I had to be tamed. I really had to be tamed. I'm told, this is ladies' event, let her dictate some things. I'm like, I want blue. So if she does everything, I want a blue theme. And I think she was meant for me because she also loves blue, so it was very easy bargain. Yeah, and WhatsApp was useful. I think it was the second wedding for me for planning that we used WhatsApp as a element to get things, to mobilize people, get things rolling, ticking the boxes. But I think I was the one who was under immense pressure. I think I had the people who were really assisting me. As I said, the Kahoras were useful. But on that eve of the wedding, I didn't sleep. They took my phone, and I'm seeing the deco, it's not complete. These guys of flowers are not there. The guy who was supposed to come for makeup, it's 2 at night. He's not picking my phone. I took my car, drove out of the town, waited for the guy in the stage. Our best couple woke up looking for me, and I'm not there. They thought I had taken off. Then at 3, I'm coming with the guy for makeup. I have to drop him to where she is for preparation. It's in the morning. These guys are still doing decorations. I had a lot of pressure. And then the most disappointing part is when you're being told to walk in on the wedding day, and the song that I had said needed to play was the wrong one that was being played. Don't want to imagine how I was feeling. Until I was told, just have fun.
Yeah, for sure. If I would talk about it again, there are challenges that come with that, with planning, because you have a lot of people who want to help you, and maybe some of them are coming with ideas that may not be somehow right according to you, like trying to match the colors, and even have maybe when you're planning, you have ladies who are supposed to help you during the wedding. You have the men, and these men are thinking this is the right color, and these ladies are thinking this way. And maybe you have a good number of ladies. Everybody wants what they want. For sure, planning is not easy, but again, you need to stand firm with what is right for you, because this is your day. I can't take what is not nice for me because I want to make someone to be happy, and this is my day. So I think just to let someone know that when you are planning a wedding, it's not an easy thing. Just as he's saying, the best part is that he likes blue. The color that he likes is blue, and I like blue. So that one we were in line. But now looking at people who are, maybe I like red and he likes blue. You see, coming into terms and agreeing to do one single, because you can't have two colors, like two bright colors maybe, and different colors. Coming into terms to agree and say now we are going to choose this, somehow can bring a complication somewhere there in between. So I would tell people that when you're doing that, sometimes one of you needs to just step down and pick and take it positively, because you can't compete. This part, when the Reverend give us a small time, told him to kiss the bride. If you can watch that clip, you'll know this guy was waiting for that time. I know. Okay. Yeah, he was really waiting for that time. I think he wanted to show the world that, yes, I've been given this thing. Yeah, I have a right to do it. In fact, for me, I really enjoyed it. And though at some point I was asking myself, my parents are here, I'm doing this. But anyway, that was the part that for sure I liked.
I think for me, the key highlight for our wedding was when this lady just walked into that church hall, being led by her parents. I think it was the greatest moment. I still remember. Then she came. We are not supposed to cry. I held myself together.
But you tried.
I really tried as much as possible, but my face betrayed me.
Yes.
If you watch that clip, you'll realize that I was struggling to just imagine now these parents are just bringing this girl all for me. It was magic. It was a moment of magic. It was beautiful. I think that is, forget about everything else. I think that was the moment. In terms of argument, I think I am the one. I think in our conversation, who's likely to start an argument? I think my orientation makes me likely to be the one starting an argument. She's saying her so that we don't start an argument even here. So she's trying to, she's managing me. This is how she manages me. Yeah, I think I'm the one always starting an argument, trying to prove a point. I think this is my way is right. No. I think that's why she's saying when I'm sick, I'm being stubborn. It's true because sometimes I feel, just let me go. Let me do it. And she, just rest. Things will not go away. I'm like, no, I must do it. You know? Yeah, so I think that one, it's me.
Okay, yeah, we sometimes get cross lines. And what we told ourselves, even before we got married, you know, these things come a long way. Like when you are in a relationship, these are things that come a long way with you, and maybe you might end up with it for the rest of your life. So what we agreed when we were in our relationship, we told ourselves we will never let the sun go down without sorting our issues. If today I do a mistake and he has noted that, he needs to tell me. Like we can't sleep in the same bed and maybe you are mad. What will you do next? I don't know. So what we did before we got married, that is what we made sure that we laid the ground, whereby if I mess, just tell me, you've done this wrong, and maybe you needed to have done this way and you did it the wrong way. So we are surely, we surely take care of our issues that way, but it doesn't mean that we don't have those moments that we look at each other and you're like, oh, umenikosea, lakini it's okay. So sometimes there are those small things, you just let them go, but there are those things that you talk about. Maybe when I tell him to rest and he's not agreeing with me, I just let him be. Go feed your dogs. You wanted to feed the dogs and you are sick, go just to do that. But it doesn't mean that I'm happy with it. I'm not happy with it. But now we can't really argue about that. But there are these things, maybe they come up when we are taking care of our children. I'm this strict mom. I take a cane and I cane someone thoroughly, and for sure it hurts him. And I know that part. There are times I try not to do it, but again, parenting. I look at it and I say, I can't keep this mistake, and then I'll cane them when he's not there. So I do it and tunakosana kidogo, and then you'll tell me, why are you doing this? But now I want to raise them in a good way. So that one we sort out. What would you have done? I ask him, what would you have done? If they have done a mistake, we do it. So we for sure sort our issues. And we don't sleep in the same bed when we are mad. That is what we've agreed. You can't sleep facing the other side, and I'm facing the other side only because of the small issues that came up. So we sort them out.
You know, let me tell you, that house is just magic. You get her to the house when you're so tired. Dynamo. She's there, my firstborn and my secondborn, they are fighting. Who should hug Daddy the first?
And the mom is there too.
And they tell the mommy, go away.
If you want to be free and live like a child again, why stress about germs? Everyday use of Dettol keeps my loved ones protected.
Pearl and Beauty deodorant. With natural pearl extracts and avocado oils for soft, smooth, and beautiful underarms. The perfect balance of 48-hour protection and care with delicate fragrances. Feel the power of pearls. Nivea Pearl and Beauty for soft, smooth, and beautiful underarms. Try our new Pearl and Beauty Black Pearl for smooth and perfumed underarms.
Keep your toilets clean.
I use normal detergent and bleach for washing.
The detergent and bleach cleanless can leave behind yellowness, rust, and germs.
Harpic's 10 times better cleaning compared to regular detergents and bleach, and kills 99.9% illness-causing germs in your toilet, including the COVID-19 virus.
You know how money works and how you would want it to work for you without compromising on your principles. The KCB Sahel Bank is built on values that you believe in, where trust is your biggest asset. Investing in accountability and transparency is key to your growth. We understand that you want your investments to go further and do more, because your values come first. Join us today at your nearest KCB branch. KCB Sahel Bank. Banking on your values.
Ataenda kucheza nje na hii baridi yote. Why did you let him go? Si atagonjeka.
Sasa asipofanya tizi, how will he win more trophies? To protect our family from germs that cause illness when it's cold, we use Dettol soap.
Dettol soap with germ defense gives you protection. When it's cold, germs are transferred in different ways. And Dettol soap's germ defense protects you from up to 100 illness-causing germs. Be Dettol sure.
Doom Liquid electronic device, which is every corner giving your loved ones a peaceful sleep. Together, we can fight to end malaria.
Mortin Doom, Kenya's #1 choice.
Checkpoint Highlights, brought to you by KCB Bank.
Alfajiri, saa 12 wamepiga kule KICC.
I just want to inform you that both of them do not meet the thresholds of the law.
Police orders against the Azimio mass action scheduled for Nairobi, while opposition leader Raila Odinga insists the demonstrations will go on, setting the stage for a potential showdown.
Hatutakubali huyu mtoto anaitwa Kenya akatwe mara mbili. Your Excellency, call the leaders, sir. It is within your mandate.
A section of leaders, including the clergy and Maendeleo ya Wanawake organization, appeal for dialogue between President William Ruto and Azimio leader Raila Odinga.
How ungrateful can you be with your brother Uhuru Kenyatta to fund Azimio?
Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua once again links the planned Azimio demos to retired President Uhuru Kenyatta, pleading with him to call off the protests.
No one can stop a revolution that its time has come.
And South Africa also on edge as the Julius Malema-led Economic Freedom Party, EFF, calls for mass action on Monday over the high cost of living in the country.
As a woman in business, let KCB fire up your female-led and made enterprise, KCB Flame. To find out more, WhatsApp 0711 087 087 or call 0711 087 000 and visit us at any KCB branch countrywide.
Marriage is almost it's an institution with rules. It's an institution with rules, and people have to agree, people have to disagree. There are moments. These are two individuals. They say, forsaking all others, meaning it's a choice. You'll not always be happy, but you have chosen to try and be happy always. So, for me, I think when we were setting the housekeeping rules, I think I wanted 2 kids. And I don't know, she wanted 3. And we had to come to a compromise before. As we speak, we already have 2. And they're both girls. And where I come from, sometimes there's always that social pressure. You have boys alone, they tell you, oh, look for a girl. You have girls alone, they tell you, oh my goodness, just look for a boy. And there's an inside struggle. There is an inside fight. And it's a battle that you have meetings within yourselves. And I always remind her, by the way, unajua tulimaliza hii kazi. You know, don't ever tell me you know, and then she reminds me, don't come and tell me you want a boy, you know? Yeah, so it's, you can feel like it's an inherent struggle that we have, but we agreed, as I said, it's an institution with rules. You create those rules. It's the 2 of you as a couple that you've created those rules. You live by them. Yeah, because you've created your own family. You must not compare yourself with someone else. I think this marriage thing is different. Someone else's marriage might look so beautiful, but it has a struggle. So it's the rules you create that matter and how you live by them. Of course, you'll keep amending them as you grow because things change. She was the only lady in my house. I was the only man in her family, inside the house. Now, there are 3. I live like a king. When I come to the house, everybody wants a hug. It's beautiful. Awesome. And the rules have changed. The rules have changed. I always very happy. You know, let me tell you, that house is just magic. You get her to the house when you're so tired. Dynamo. She's there, my firstborn and my secondborn, they are fighting. Who should hug daddy the first?
And the mom is there too.
And they tell the mommy, go away. This is our daddy. So you don't know, it's just magical. But you see, it can only be beautiful if you create those rules and amend them regularly just to make your setup and your family happy.
The part of dealing with in-laws, the lucky part is that we somehow meet once in a while. And I have great in-laws, so I wouldn't say that we have issues with them. So the time that we've stayed together with them, we've not had any struggle. So currently we are living away from home, so we meet once in a while. And you know, when you meet once in a while, that there is a bond that comes in because you've missed each other, just want to have that nice time. And for sure, for both of us, we've tried and told ourselves that we need to create peace anytime. I know people will talk about in-laws being always negative on someone's marriage, but for me, I wouldn't say they have any negative impact. We've walked a long journey. For the 5 years, we've walked a long journey with them, and we have a good relationship. I would say that.
We got married. This is what I told this beautiful lady here. I told her, please grow old with me because better days are yet to come. I still try to live by that statement I made. And I try by trying to create a woman I want. She's my wife, but I need to mold her into the perfect lady I want. I influenced her to go back to school, and I tried to ask her to resign from her work and I'll take care of her school. It was a struggle because you need to be independent, you need to have your money, you have children, you can't be asking your husband every day to do things. And I really pleaded to her, I showed her why she needs to go back to school and why it's important given the circumstance that we are in right now. And the fact that I told her, you see, you are not yet 30. By the time you're 30, you start school and all that. We calculated including the number of years it will take because it's an investment, even time. And what we are doing, I think I am happy because we are ticking those boxes that will influence our future tomorrow. I'm excited because I think in the next 3 years, not 3 years, but in the next 1.5 years, I'll have a graduate nurse in my house. And I didn't marry a nurse. I've created a nurse.
Yeah.
And that is what excites me. And so that is what marriage is supposed to be. It is building each other. It is, you see, you are not perfect. You are getting someone else who might not necessarily be perfect, but you've chosen to be together. So you create your own perfect scenarios. You have fights, but together you disagree to agree. You never disagree to disagree. That kills the fight. You must choose to disagree to agree. You will fight. True, we people fight. Well, I've never slapped this lady. The last slap she got maybe was from the mother or the father. But we've fought, we've disagreed. But at the end of the day, it must end with a smile, as she said. These people are powerful. Ladies are powerful. Let me tell you, they are really powerful. You must respect them. You must show them that they matter. That way, life moves, marriage works.
For sure, for the 5 years, I've grown. Not just physically, because for sure I've grown physically. I was a tiny baby when I was getting out of my mom's home to his house. But there are a lot of things he has done to me that for sure, if I was to make a vow today, is forever to respect him. Yeah, I love, there is a Bible verse that I love us sharing about. It's in Ephesians chapter 5, verses 33, where it's talking about what is expected in a couple, whereby a lady is supposed to respect the man and the man is supposed to love the lady. Then, since he loves me, I would make every day a vow to him that I will respect him. For sure, I would make my children to respect him, like everybody in the society to respect him. You know, it starts from home. If I cannot respect him, then no one else will respect him. Even from the small kids we have, they will just pick their dad like nothing. But if it starts from me, then it will grow in other people. People will look at him and they will really admire what he does in his family, and for sure respect will grow anywhere. Yeah, awesome. That is our love story. Yeah.
A good hairstyle is one that complements our client's facial structure, and especially a bride, because we know all the attention will be on the bride. Hi, my name is Mwende Mutisia. I'm the founder and creative director of Wesh Creations, which is a beauty brand that specializes in bridal, events, and photo shoot hairstyling. My business started in 2018, but then it started as a hobby and it was on and off. I wasn't very serious about it. It was a side hustle because then I was still looking for a job. But then I decided to fully focus on it, I think 2019. That's when I decided to give it a try. And so far, so good. I love my job. It's very satisfying. It's fulfilling. I have met and interacted with several clients, several brides, several models, and it gives me such great joy. I meet such great personalities, and I can't wait to meet many other people in my line of work. A good hairstyle is one that complements our client's facial structure, and especially a bride, because we know all the attention will be on the bride. To know a good hairstyle, we need to look at one's facial. We need to look for a hairstyle that will frame the shape of the client's face, and we also need to put into consideration the kind of makeup she'll have and also the kind of gown she'll be wearing on her special day. Once the client reaches out to me, what we do is she already has an idea of what she wants to do with her hair. So we start discussions from there, and that's when she'll let me know whether she's identified a makeup artist, what kind of makeup is she looking to do. Then from there on, we're able to do a bit of pinpointing on the kind of hairstyle she can do. And we also look at what gown is she wearing, will she also be comfortable in the kind of hair we'll be doing on her hair. So that's very important. We need to also think about the kind of accessory she'll be wearing, because if she picks a hairstyle that won't complement her accessory, it will be a bit challenging for people to see the kind of look she was going for. More often than not, my brides will not do a bridal trial. However, there are clients who are a bit apprehensive. They're not quite sure on the kind of hairstyle they want. So those are the particular ones that I advise. Let's do a trial run, let's do a bridal trial, so we see if the kind of hairstyle she had envisioned will actually work for her, because some of them will choose a hairstyle because it looks good on camera or on a bride they saw, but it actually doesn't look good on them. So it's good to do a trial run to be able to see, will this style actually work for you as a bride on that day. Alright, you can find us on different social media platforms. We're mainly on Facebook and on Instagram. On Instagram, you'll find us on Mwesh_creations, and on Instagram, Mwesh Creations as it is. And once you log into our socials, once you do that, you'll see our contact information. You can email us, you can send us a message on WhatsApp, or you can call us.
The reason I love coming home is to relax and to have a nice day with my family.